Well, I did it again. I signed up for another play, except this time it's a little different. It's a musical, and it's going to be a different theater, and I'm joining several weeks into rehearsals, so it's a little different. Let's go check it out.
Annie Get Your Gun is a musical from 1946, and I was able to participate in the ensemble at a local theater production of the 1999 version. Right away, I noticed that rehearsing a musical is very different than a typical play. Instead of just rehearsing the lines and the blocking, which is the placement on the stage and the movements you make when you're in character, you also have to rehearse the songs and the dances. At Art Center Theater, where I was doing this show, each rehearsal focused on just one of these pieces. We'd have a singing rehearsal, then a dance rehearsal, then a blocking rehearsal, which we went over lines on, then another singing rehearsal, then a dance rehearsal, then a blocking rehearsal. Depending on how each of those was going and what rooms were available, we might have 2 singing rehearsals in a week, or maybe more dance rehearsals, especially as it got closer to the end of the rehearsal period and we were about to go up. We needed to really focus on those dances. Eventually, we started pulling everything together and doing the whole show. That usually happens around Tech Week, and it was really no different for this musical. I didn't really know this show ahead of time, but there were a couple songs from it that you're probably aware of. One is There's No Business Like Show Business. That's actually the opening number to Annie Get Your Gun, which is a lot of fun. And then there were no business, I know. Everything inside you starts to shake up. And then there are a couple of reprises of that song throughout, just little snippets of it that appear. And then towards the very end of the musical, you have that famous song, Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better.
You.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
So that was a lot of fun to hear those 2 songs because I was kind of familiar with those. Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. Not really. I'm probably much, much worse at it. Then, of course, we had to build the set. So this theater never really goes dark on a weekend, which, there's always a show going on. So we had to help build our set starting on Sunday night after the last show finished. Basically, they helped tear their set down, and then we started building our set, and we basically built it through right up until opening night on that Friday. One thing I've learned doing shows at so many different theaters around Dallas-Fort Worth is that every theater is a little different in how it operates. From how the rehearsals run, how often they meet, even where they meet. Then there's how soon you're rehearsing on the actual stage, who's building the set, where the costumes come from, and so much more. It's definitely worth trying out different theaters to get a sense of what you like and which parts of the process you like being more involved in. Like I said, some theaters will have you doing a lot more of the behind the scenes stuff, and others they'll be handling those aspects for you. It can even vary between shows at the same theater, so don't be afraid to do more than one show at a theater to figure out which parts are common and which parts are always going to be that way. And once you've done a couple of shows, it's fine to ask during the auditions or if you ever talk to the director before you accept the part. One constant I've found at all the theaters that I've been at so far is that all the actors at the theaters always seem pretty nice. Art Center Theater was no exception, and it was fun getting to know this new group of people.
Yeah. All the pieces on the end.
Wait, let me take
Backstage is always a really quiet kind of fun since we aren't supposed to be making any noise, and you get really good with hand signals and fist bumps and thumbs up. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I actually think that teaching ASL as a standard second language to everyone would be really beneficial, and this is yet another place where I think it'd be nice to be able to ask them a question of, oh, are you going out next? Or how long until your cue? Something like that. I definitely think there's some stage ASL that people kind of learn and make up for each different little theater. Well, it's only a couple of shows left. We are getting to the end of the run, and Yellow Shirt Guy has made his mark. So enjoy this last little bit of a montage. I've really enjoyed everything going on with this musical, my first musical, and I hope that if you've ever thought about doing a musical, that
maybe this will inspire you to do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it, trust me.
I really enjoyed being in this musical. It was different than being in a play, and it was kind of interesting, the energy of having songs every so often that would kind of come along and help advance the story and would kind of give you insight into the characters. It's just kind of fun. While this show was going on, I actually auditioned for and got a part in another play. It's called Greater Tuna, and it is a very different type of play, and certainly not a musical. I'm going to post a link to that video around here somewhere, but that video will be after this one, so it probably won't be posted right when you see this. So until then, you can check out this video of the last play I was in. Have you been in a musical? What was that first experience like? Leave a comment down below. And as always, stay curious and have a good one.